Welcome to NBNR, the authority on unfiltered opinions and authentic player insight for Nebraska athletics. Connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, and at nbnrpodcast.com.
We have the saying, no block, no rock.
You know, we just really love Utter. He's a junkyard dog.
Kenny Bell ran up to me. He's like, you know what you just did?
You get mad when you go get in the portal and go to another podcast?
You know, usually dumbbells are in pairs. They had 5 dumbbells.
Dang on it, Muhammad!
GBR.
Indeed. No block, no rock. Season 4 episode, technically 33, because we had the emergency pod on Wednesday night after something happened. But we'll get to that. Fellas, we are in the Nebraska Brewing Company barrel room. And seeing as they are one of our main sponsors, let's go around and talk about what we are drinking real quick. I have Connor, it's something new on tap.
Yeah.
Is it the pineapple pickle or the pickle pineapple? Which one? What's the order?
So it's pineapple pickle, at least for what we call it.
Okay.
It is incredibly limited. What is all that will likely ever be.
I'm surprised you may have some then.
Yeah. It is called Project PP. It is a yeah.
Do we have to like make a joke or?
What would you be joking about? This is serious stuff.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, this is serious stuff.
What you got?
So I blew a keg right before we started the show, and I did go and change it. So any of the people that I work with that are watching, it's not empty. But I did decide to drop a bomb on you guys, and I'm not drinking Pilsner right now.
Whoa!
I am drinking Good Game.
All right.
Wow.
There are a lot of sporting events coming up here in Omaha, Nebraska. And I'll tell you what, no matter the result, it's always a good game. I thought that up. It just wasn't very good. But yeah, no, I am drinking Good Game light lager. All right. It is a fantastic.
He's a new man. I'm drinking the EOS Hefeweizen. It's the automatic go-to for me. At least I really haven't had anything else other than that for the last 2 months. So that's where we're at. Mike, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Project PP.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too, huh?
Yeah, I wanted to try it, and I'm not a big pickle guy, but I would say that the pineapple really does a good job of overshadowing the pickle.
Yeah, it's a nice
good, right?
sweet and salty combo.
It's got like a weird thing, and I'm always down to try the different beers. So yeah, it was good. Project PP is a success, and it's unfortunate that it's gonna go.
You like the PP?
Mike is a fan of the PP.
You like the PP?
Yes.
Yeah, it's good. If you held a gun to my head, I would probably still do the pickle fight.
Yeah,
I like the bite of the pickle more, but no, it's good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hate it if I got it again. All right, guys. Coming to the tap room, 108th and Harrison in La Vista, Nebraska, 6818. Connor, help me out. World class
in every class.
All right. Now, emergency pod, we cover old way. What's I forgot his name.
Trevor Alberts.
Texas Trev.
Tiny Trev.
Tiny Trevor.
Traitor Trev.
There's so many different nicknames I have for this guy. And not good. Not good, people.
Not good.
He's very bad. No. I guess since Kyle wasn't able to jump on with us, I guess I'll just kind of throw it out there and for anybody. Since Wednesday night, have any of your minds changed? We had mentioned that night, at first people were pissed off at Trev. And then it was the Board of Regents sucks ass. And then it's backing Trev again, kind of. That's kind of the roller coaster we've been riding.
Yeah.
As your nation, I feel like. Some people still are like, Board of Regents, blah, blah, blah. Yes, they suck. But yeah, has your minds changed about what's happened? Who's at fault? What do you think?
So because I wasn't on the emergency pod, I guess I'll just throw this in there as far as my opinion goes. If you look around, you listen to anybody at the university, you listen to any media personalities, whoever you listen to, there was not a single one of them that were not shocked and disappointed and saddened. And all that tells me is that this was literally out of nowhere, and Trev literally just ditched university. Like he just ditched them.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like and the thing that a lot of people are kind of talking about, or I guess not talking about, is like this was just a lateral move. It's not like he became the big commissioner, the SEC commissioner, or whatever the case might be. He literally ditched his alma mater out of nowhere. No one knew it was coming, and then picked up the same role at a different school. And there's really no reasoning, I guess. Like there's no. I've seen people talk about like, oh, he's going to be a Big Ten and AD in the SEC, which will hopefully build him up when it comes to him having a bigger role in a conference or whatever.
He's the embodiment of that meme where the guy throws up the deuces and then he just disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just think if you just look around, you listen to whoever you listen to, there's no one that saw it coming. Not a single person.
Yeah.
And everybody just disappointed.
So, Jared, you mentioned the roller coaster of like the immediate reaction of everybody being mad at Trev, and then a lot of attention turns towards the Board of Regents, and now back to Trev. And it almost feels like I am 100% on that roller coaster. Like I'm back at blaming Trev. But it feels like he's almost, not only did he abandon his alma mater with no real signs that this was going to happen, it feels like he's trolling us now.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Getting on the trolling aspect, like immediately afterwards, he's tweeting Noah Compton and he's like, oh, what a great hire for our interim. And dude, nobody asked you, you dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody asked.
And so, like, wherever the fault lies for Trev's underlying decision to leave, no matter where the fault lies, the way Trev handling this is arguably the most insulting thing. Like as a fan,
yeah, it's not a joke. It's not a joke to the fans. It's not a joke to the university.
To the players, to the coaches you've brought on,
right? It's not a joke. And so for you to be like, you get matched up with Nebraska in both men's and women's basketball in the tournament, and you to tweet out and be like, oh, this is going to be interesting, blah 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 blah. Like, well,
you're not a comedian.
Yeah, like
shut up.
None of this is funny.
And it almost dance moves. Come on now.
Yeah, you guys see him swaying after his press conference. He's swaying.
Yeah,
with all those cultish freaks.
I was kind of hoping for like a little bit of an ACL injury there.
Yeah,
like, maybe the knee was up. Not actually, but
well,
a little bit though.
I do. Yeah, just like his Twitter feed just seemed weird. It seemed like someone else was doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and he said today in his open press conference that whatever happens between Texas A&M and Nebraska, it's a win-win for him.
Yeah, I can't lose.
I can't lose.
No, fuck you, dude.
Fuck you.
No, man. Get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
mean, he did, but get out again.
Yeah.
Get out again.
I just think like the whole thing is just not great. It's none of it is good. Nobody won.
1-8.
I guess I'm confused by whoever gave the win-win take. It's really only a win for Trev if Nebraska, at least the men's team, beats A&M. If he goes to A&M and A&M beats Nebraska, it shows that, hey, man, like the guy you were really on board with wasn't good enough. And it's kind of an indictment of Trev, right? Like
maybe
if we win, people can be like, oh, dude, he did that at Nebraska.
Yeah.
But like if Nebraska wins, yeah, great for Trev. If it's a loss, then it's like, yeah, you maybe just didn't hire the right guys.
Well, so here's the thing.
Supposed to trust your judgment.
Yeah, here's the thing about this game that's coming up that we are going to, by the way.
Special announcement. We are going to Memphis. The entire MBNR crew is going to Memphis. Trying a live show for Husker fans that are going to the game. We'll be trying. We don't know a location yet or if it's going to happen.
It is in the works, though.
It is in the works. We're going to try to create a Husker bar in Memphis, Tennessee. So stay tuned for that. We're going to paint Memphis red. And that's Husker Scarlet Red, not fucking Gig'em red.
It's like a maroon.
Doo-doo red.
Yeah. Doo-doo red.
But like with this game coming up, look, none of us are like too dumb to think like, ooh, Nebraska's going to win because they don't have Trev, or Texas A&M is going to win because of Trev. It's just like, it'll be a fuck you. And like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be.
I mean, that's all. There's no like further analysis to this thing. It's just we're gonna win out of spite because most of us hate you now.
Yeah. Right? Well, and so I think one could put this as our sticky situation of the week.
Yeah, sponsored by Benson Farms.
Our sticky situation of the week comes from Benson Honey Farms.
Okay. Well, hey, great segue, but I just hope we don't have too many sticky situations like this.
Yeah, that was real sticky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Benson Honey is a small business in Nebraska that is as strong and as resilient as the famous Cornhuskers. They take pride in producing high quality, locally sourced raw honey that is delicious and healthy. Like the Cornhuskers, Benson Honey is dedicated to their craft and puts in the hard work and dedication needed to produce a top quality product. If you are looking for a local source of raw honey that is as strong and reliable as the Cornhuskers, Benson Honey is the perfect choice for you.
They're your people.
It's a small run business. We're not buying from Big Honey. Not Big Honey.
Not Big Honey.
Support local, please. This honey, they need your help. Benson Farms. Benson Honey Farms. Go buy from them.
I will point out, Benson Honey Farms, I've heard, has farms here in Nebraska and out in California. But unlike some people, did not run away from the state of Nebraska.
No, they built here.
No.
They built here. They're committed to this.
Yes, absolutely.
They're still here.
And if you want to commit to Benson Honey Farms, you can use the promo code GBR and get 20% off your first order. So shout out Benson Honey Farms. Thank you for supporting the podcast. And we're glad we can support you as well. We did have a press conference today.
Yes.
And I am not talking about the Matt Rule press conference, which we will get into. We had a press conference by no other than Mr. Donald J. Trump.
AI Trump.
AI Donald Trump. We're going to play it for you really quick.
What did he say?
That's great. So much winning.
GBR. Beat Texas A&M.
So I want to issue a small apology really quick. Apparently on the live streams on Facebook, you did not hear the video we just got to play.
Oh, they just sat there and listened to us laugh?
Yeah, and that's I got a couple of texts. But I was like, I think your sound went out. I said, can you hear anything? They said, we hear you laughing. So
okay.
if you are on the live stream,
darn it.
go to our Twitter. It's Facebook now?
Yeah, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, and
everywhere.
Eventually it will be on YouTube as well. So
yeah,
it's there. It's already there, baby. It's already on YouTube, baby. Go watch it.
It's incredible. Yes, we did get a new neon sign, Ass Man. So
yeah, come on, man. It's been there.
yes.
Where you been, Ass Man?
Derek?
Yeah.
Where you been, brother?
Hi, Derek.
Yes.
Now, okay, Mike, you since your work schedule is ideal, you're at home, you're watching the Matt Rule press conference.
Yes, sir.
Well, okay. Trev came up, obviously. Anything else? Any comments on Trev that you found interesting? Comments about him being here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like a big thing. So the good thing that Matt Rule did in his press conference today was, the national media, even local media, is just absolutely slandering the program and what's wrong with the program. And what Matt Rule did today was something that he always wins a press conference. But for God's sakes, the guy stood up there and said everything that was right about Nebraska. He talked about, him being a girl dad and watching Jazz Shelley, playing with his girls and watching Jazz Shelley shoot a shot, or Markowski back a girl down, just things like that. He's talking about all the good and the joy that Nebraska brings to his family. And it was like really relatable. I just there is so much crap going on right now with the terrible Trev Alberts crap that, it gets overlooked. And I think a guy like Matt Rule, to be able to stand up there and be like, yeah, my boss got fired and his boss got fired, or left, I guess, didn't fire. They abandoned us. And to be able to do that, it was really good. It really was. And
how many times have we sat here and we've said Matt Rule is more Nebraskan than all these sons of bitches?
Yeah. And we talked
more than Scott, more than Texas Trev. Like this, he's like you said, talking about these female players, right? Who else do that, by the way? I mean, nobody. And then he talks about, hey, Julie, his wife.
Yep.
He's bringing his wife into it. Anytime you bring the wife into it, I don't think you're probably speaking hopefully from the heart, right? Hopefully we're not going to get freaking
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, she's going to be starting a business here.
Son's going to school at UNL.
Yep,
yes.
Son's going to college at Lincoln. And I guess we said the same thing about Trev. We love Trev at the time. I love Matt Rule right now. I love him.
You wouldn't find anybody else that tit so hard as us.
We tit. We are going to make shirts that say tit.
Trust in Trev.
Yes, trust in Trev. And no, now it's fuck Trev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't tit anymore.
We don't tit anymore.
I think in the emergency show on Wednesday, we talked about a number of, prospective ADs and, what qualities we were looking for in those prospective ADs. And I think stability was one that we all very much agreed upon. And right now, Matt Rule is providing stability to this university. Whether you like it or not, Matt Rule is arguably the most powerful man in Nebraska at this current moment.
Yeah.
And for him to come out and talk like this and talk about the good things and say, I'm locked in on Nebraska, that is going to help kind of dispel some of this fear that I think people are feeling right now. And I think it was very poignant. I think it was very well timed for him to come out and talk about this and say exactly what he said.
So, I mean, it was a scheduled thing. Like, this was scheduled like before he went to Scotland and received this news. It is comforting for him to be saying all this, because that was one of the worries that people had was, all right, Ted Carter
Gone.
and Trev,
Gone.
two guys that he specifically mentioned in his introductory conference. Ted, Trev, I'm here because of them and their leadership, trust in them. That's why I'm here. Basically,
He titted.
I mean, he
titted.
Yeah, I mean, he made up tit. So, that was kind of the things was they're both gone. Matt Rule, not saying it's Penn State, but Trev drag him to A&M. Like, there's just all these crazy kind of things. To hear him say all this, like, you could argue what else is he supposed to say, but he said it, and it feels good in the moment, and it does come off as genuine right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, he's got evidence to back up. You said his wife starting a business in Lincoln, his son going to UNL. Like,
and what did he said? The only way I'm leaving
is if you guys kick me out.
Yeah.
So
he's all in.
So Matt, as long as you win games, we're not going to kick you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So win.
Got to win more than 5, though.
So win. Yeah. Got to make some bowl. Got to make pinstripe. Got to make the shelter soft.
A couple other notable things he talked about today was the camp this year. Completely different. They have expectations now. Like, this isn't like learn who Matt Rule is, learn like the system. No. They have expectations. They have goals they want to reach.
a few weeks ago, maybe a month. He said, last year's excellent is now this year's good.
Yeah.
Like, you know what to expect. You know the expectations. You know the way that me and my staff operate. You know what we demand. It's not a mystery to you. So if you were up here last year, that's down here now. So you got to step up your game.
Yep.
Right. And the expectations, as they should be at a blue blood like Nebraska, expectations are high. People are watching you. Put in the work. That's what's expected of you. You're getting paid.
Getting paid handsomely. So
staff and players alike.
Yeah. He talked a little bit about quarterbacks today.
Okay.
Did mention, watching Dylan and getting in at 6 a.m. and throwing before he lifts. Danny putting in the work. Looks like a full-blown quarterback. He specifically mentioned those two names.
Did he sing about Heinrich Harburg?
He said Harburg. He's been working on his throw motion.
Sure,
getting up higher.
That's great.
So it's not getting batted when you're 6'5". I just don't get that. But
was he working on his throwing motion?
That's what he
said.
That's
good.
Yeah,
that's good. Because he's a quarterback.
I think he's gonna catch footballs as a tight end.
Was he working on his hands?
He never mentioned that.
What's his NCAA football 25? What Heinrich Harburg's break tackle rating?
I hope it's high.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
There was something that Matt Rule had mentioned about Dylan Raiola, and he said he wants a QB that gets pissed off and attacks. I think that's something that we've talked about in the past. And if you remember, I'll point you back to a time where a Trey Palmer was absolutely torching defenses. And there was a time, I think it was in spring ball, when Trey was interviewed and he said, look, I'm just going to go win the game. Throw me the ball.
Well, how many times has he sent a tweet and said, I woke up pissed?
Yeah, I just want to give me the ball. I'm going to go win the game. Just throw it to me. Trust me. And so I think at that point, it was where we started talking about you just have to have dogs.
Alpha.
You just have to have some guys that just get pissed off that it looks like they're about to lose, and all the fan base and the stadium, the air is out. He thinks we're going to lose. No. You need dudes on the field that are going to get pissed off and go down the field and win.
You need a quarterback that looks at the guys in the huddle and says, I am the captain now. Follow me. Yep. Give me the ball. You have no doubt about who your leader is. It's me.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm your quarterback.
Kate Thompson had some of that.
He did.
Yeah.
But hopefully Dylan has more.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying you need someone in there that is just, there's no doubt who the damn leader is, and follow my ass to victory.
Yeah. And so I think this might be a take it's no question that Dylan Raiola is QB1. I don't think that'd be a question.
No.
At the moment.
Something would have to happen for that not to happen.
He would have to leave to Texas A&M.
My thought is, as a true freshman, when shit hits the fan, because it will, but it will, is he going to have that in him? And it is going to take that first couple of situations, 2, 3, maybe 5, to understand really what he's capable of. I think he is, out of the current quarterback room, I'm inclined to believe that he's going to be the best guy to fill that role, to be that mentally strong and to lead a team. But we don't know until we see it.
Nebraska's been in so many positions where it's like, if you just had that push, that go fucking get them,
the killer
attitude. Yeah. The killer attitude. These 1-score losses are not losses anymore. That's my personal opinion.
So Mike, that quote, I don't know if it's if you have verbatim, but he was talking about how he wants, or no, that was Kyle. Guys playing angry.
Yeah.
Look, maybe not on these expectations, but look at his DNA, right? His last name is Raiola. Have you ever seen his dad? His name's Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
He used to play offensive line, and he was known as being kind of a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite incognito level.
Right.
But I mean, better than incognito. But I'm just saying, temper-wise, dude got after it.
Yeah.
And he was in the league for decades because he had that bulldog, fuck you, I'm going to pancake your ass attitude. And hopefully he's passed it on to his son.
I was going to say.
Maybe not the pancaking part, but
Well,
the bulldog mentality.
And when you're as touted as a guy as Dylan Raiola is, you have to imagine his whole life he's been brought up to think, you are the man for this. You are the man. You are the best.
Yep.
So if you can pair that with that dog mentality, I mean, sky's the limit.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not a sense of, and I don't think it is, but with guys like that, you might fear a sense of entitlement. Hey, give me the job because my last Raiola, you guys want me so bad. Just give me the damn job. But from what we've heard, seems like that's not the case.
I agree with you, and I do love that you said the word hopefully, because there's a very notable comparison, and it's not a direct comparison, but of a father-son duo where the son, was expected to do great things, and as of this moment, really hasn't. And the son's name is Bronny James, where, I mean, everyone talked about this kid like he was nearly the second coming of Christ, and we've seen minimal impact on that USC team. I don't believe that Dylan Raiola is in that same situation. I think obviously Bronny James has a lot more eyes on him, and his dad is a hell of a lot more famous. But I think when you look at like how Dylan Raiola has prepared himself, I do weirdly think that, the programs that he's played in through his high school career is maybe even a little bit of a benefit, because I think as you go through different coaching staffs, you have to be good at accepting criticism in different ways and working with different staffs and different offenses. Those programs, they're not a monolith. They're very different.
Got to be a shapeshifter.
Yeah. And so I think that's kind of a benefit for Dylan Raiola, and I think he's grounded out really hard. So I think as far as standing up to pressure goes, I don't know that the weight of his dad's legacy is as big of a factor for him as it is just making the adjustment from high school into the D1 level.
Just go out and be a dog.
Yeah. I think another thing that helps too is, I believe his name came up during the press conference. Jamal Banks.
Yep.
The transfer.
He was interviewed too.
He was interviewed.
Yep.
Okay. So again, just kind of comforting in the fact that, hey, you got this transfer guy who is expected to be WR1, and he's come in and he's not only taking care of business, he's setting the example. And this wasn't the rule last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know rules, way of doing things, whatever that means. He's come and hopefully will be a dependable target for this true freshman quarterback. You need a guy like Jamal Banks who's just like Dylan, we hope is they give me the ball. Jamal Banks is also give me the damn ball, kind of like Trey Palmer, like you mentioned, Kyle.
Yeah.
So that's encouraging too.
Yeah, Jamal Banks. Yeah, his press conference today was really good. Like hearing from the guy, I mean, he's really well. He is very. How do I want to phrase it? He's very good at just like focusing on the details. I think like that was really noticeable to me. It was just like talking about the little things that you have to do in preparation to get ready for a season. Talking about why he came to Nebraska. He could have gone to play really anywhere, and he decided to play at Nebraska. I'm sure NIL, but being able to play with a guy like Dylan Raiola was part of it, but also having a staff like Matt Rule, they have NFL experience, and it was one thing that he really liked. And the way Matt Rule's been running this program, he's kind of running it like an NFL style like team, like on a smaller scale, obviously, but like he's running it like a business, and hopefully his leadership gets there. So
yeah. You just have to have a team full of dudes that are just going to go attack. And I think Matt, he had brought up at one point, he's like, yeah, we've got some new guys. We've got obviously our recruits that are coming into the building, but it's not like total overhaul where the whole program doesn't know what they're in for the spring, the summer. He's like, and that's something we've talked about is like, you got to have the foundation, right? You've got a whole program that has a good foundation, and now you're sprinkling in the pieces that you think will benefit the team. So you've got Jamal Banks coming in. You've got some guys, some transfers coming in. But you've got some young guys as well. And it's just like you've got a good foundation of dudes that can lead them along the way as far as what they're about to spring ball and summer and then leading into the season. So it's like you've just got you're in a good spot where everything's not brand new to all 130 kids or however many's on the squad.
Speaking of something not being brand new, is the return of defensive coordinator Tony White.
Thank God.
Thank God he came back.
Yeah.
Because again, like we talk about, hey, the staff for the most part has been retained. you know how it is with college football, the volatility of all the staff movements. And not only is Tony back, he ran a defense that was top 20.
Yeah.
You got a lot of guys returning from that defense. So it's just one of those things where it's important to not overlook that. And
Hey there,
and I'm hoping whose fucking voice is that?
That was
Your the poor listeners.
But no, it's him returning is just something that like I'm not going to take for granted this year.
No,
because it could have been so easy for him to leave.
Yeah,
just like someone we've been talking about, to just leave and get a job and maybe a head coach, but he stayed. Thank you, Tony. Keep it going.
Do you hear? And you guys have seen this crazy conspiracy theory as well. But boy, I don't know if you guys know our athletic director left on Wednesday of this last week. But this crazy conspiracy I saw, which I found kind of fun.
Conspiracy Connor
Back at it again. Is that the new AD is Matt Rule.
Ooh.
Head coach in football, Tony White. And it just laid out like all of these guys you could move up into these roles that, like, frankly, I don't believe, especially in the football program, I don't know that I could give you a name that I felt like was unqualified to be now. I do believe that staff is put together very well. And most of this move came from moving guys in the football program upward. But I thought it was really interesting. I don't want to say that I believe that Matt Rule is going to be our next AD.
I think that's it.
I think if there was any current coach that was going to be the next AD, and I said this on Wednesday, that it would be John Cook. But I found it really funny that somebody had laid out this like 15-point plan about how to move Matt Rule to AD,
like
Tony White to head coach, filling in the defensive coordinator spot. I was like,
yeah,
you put a lot of time into some real bullshit.
Yeah.
I am really interested in reading all of it.
I am impressed. Like, speaking of like potential ADs, I've stated that my personal choice is Jamie Pollard. Seeing what he's done at Iowa is very impressive. Other names, whatever, like Ed Stewart. There's some others, but a name that came up from somebody that I don't want to name him. I don't want to give him credit. Fuck him. They had mentioned Dr. Susan Elza.
Oh,
yeah,
which he brought from Baylor. So it's just one of those things where, is he going to want that? And the question that we ask is, how much influence is Matt Rule going to have on this new AD hire? I hope a shit ton.
I would hope.
Strongest
man at the university right now.
So,
right now.
Right. And if that doesn't happen, then we can really, 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 really look at the border regions and be like, go die in a fire.
So
go die in a fire.
So just my point about Susan Elza is like, there's that comfort there, and there's that camaraderie between those two, and you're not going to have to worry about Susan Elza firing Matt Rule, because that's not going to happen. So they're just going to have that stability and comfort there. So is she a possibility? I don't know.
Would she want the job though?
Yeah, and that's the question,
right?
Yeah, would she want the AD job, or would she want the president job? Like,
so
I think she's considered both.
I love that you just asked that, because my thought, and I might be crazy, please tell me if I am, I see the university going to get a president first. I see president coming first, AD second.
I don't know, man.
And so I think, like, in my mind, I am focused on who are the candidates for president job, right? And there's a long list of speculative targets. I don't know who it's going to be. There's like 5 names on the list that I've read into and I feel like are targets. But I would say the majority of the ones that I've, read the rumors about aren't. And it's something that under Ted Carter, the president of the university was given a lot more control.
Right. And that was something that like Trev fought for.
Yeah, because he wanted to report directly to the president instead of reporting directly to
the board.
Yeah.
And so I think right now, I know that Matt Rule is aware of it. I haven't talked to him, obviously, but I know he's aware that president spot while the AD thing is still fresh, like we're barely healed up, if at all. I think the rule is aware that the president is going to be a very, very key piece here. And I think that's probably where they're focused at this current moment.
Well, just thinking logically, if it's true that Trev left because he didn't have a president for some months, it's only logical to think that they're going to want to get a president there first before they make the AD hire. That's just kind of the logical, steps that you would think that they would take. Who knows? If they can get Jamie Pollard first, yeah, fine.
Sweet.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
The sentiment behind like the president hire and the AD hire, the thing that worries me is that it seems like everywhere you look, the conversation is always, oh, the AD wants, to make his mark or her mark. The AD wants to put her person in there or his person in there to, have his or her legacy up on the wall. Sure. Like, yeah, I did that, right? Mm-hmm. So now we're looking at presidents who are going to be looking at ADs. What does that AD want? What does that president want? What direction do they want to go with the basketball program, the football program, the baseball program? Like, there's just like, I don't think there's a emphasis on just how drastic of changes might occur just because of who you choose as president and AD. Like, what happens in 2 years? What happens in 2 years?
So I think the argument you just made is entirely correct about this president and AD wanting to leave marks.
Yeah.
And that is why I think Dr. Susan would be a great choice for president as opposed to AD. You've got that camaraderie between her and Matt Rule. She would be able to find this AD at AD that aligns with the values that Matt Rule and Dr. Susan want to instill here at Nebraska, and you make it very united. I think if you bring her on as AD, you still have to worry about who's up top.
And listen, I'm making a case for some very big picture stuff right now, and Matt Rule's only been here for a year, and they went 5-7. It's like, who knows in 2 years from now, what does that look like? I don't know, but I'm just saying it's big picture stuff.
Texas Trev left after 1 year of Matt Rule.
Of his guy.
So volatility in college athletics. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How far are we?
We're at the break point. Okay. I did want to get one comment on the president.
I just want to say,
yeah,
whoever they hire, president, AD, I don't care.
Janitor.
As long in your press conference, as long as you don't say the word alignment, I'm cool. You could hire.
I said unity, so I stayed away from it.
You could hire a brown-haired Herbie for all I care. As long as you don't say the word alignment, I'm good.
Yeah. I think a lot of people
hate that word.
A lot of people are really tying president really with the football program. And you got to remember, it's not just the president of the football program. It's the president of the university.
Right.
Sure.
It's academics. It's not a easy job.
Yeah.
It's especially walking the line of politics and funding and everything else. Like, you got to put academics first.
Stick to sports.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's the thing. Like, when people are putting their thinking caps on, they're like, well, why doesn't this person become president? It's like, well, because they don't have any affiliation with academics and all that stuff.
Sure,
it's
right.
like they only have that sport affiliation. And in a perfect world,
I was going to say, so would you, perfect world, be like, fuck academics?
Yeah.
Because eventually football is going to move in a place where there's no academics involved at all. It's just going to be a separate entity.
Yes. No, but I still need that high academic rating. My degree is from Nebraska, and I don't want to make.
Yeah,
you're using it.
Yeah,
but so Mike, to your point, you're totally right in saying this isn't just like a football movie.
It's not a football.
It's all programs.
No,
but I think something, and we've commented this on this 100 times, is all of our coaches, at least it feels, work together, meshed together very well.
Yes,
and so as long as you're aligning with one of those programs, you're likely aligning with most of them, if not all. And so I think I don't want to place emphasis on any one sport more than others. Obviously, volleyball has been incredible for 59 years. I'm joking. It's an exaggeration. Football getting on the right track. Basketball certainly on the right track right now. Baseball looking good. And they're all working together. So I think if you find somebody that works with those, well, let's call them the major three at Nebraska, it's going to work out in that president slot again, while keeping academics at the foremost. I got a bunch of
is the new AD going to be down to like sit courtside with the number one recruit that you're going after? And like, there are a lot of things. Matt Rule said it himself. Trev left it better than he found it. That there is a very good case for you could argue, but the fact of the matter is he fucking bailed, and
he's our last AD did all the right things. He made connections with the number one quarterback recruit in the country, and he said, "Bye."
Yep. My question is, and it'll be short. After again, Trev did some wonderful things here at Nebraska.
Texas Trev.
Texas Trev.
Tiny Trev.
Is that behavior that Texas Trev showed us, is that now expected? It's not an optional thing where you can do it. I think the university is looking and saying, look at what we did in that tenure.
That's what I expect out of my AD, honestly.
Yeah, I think now that
sporting events.
Yeah, I think that behavior is now expected.
And to create to create a culture in which we're watching right now. That is what I expect.
I think he set the standard, but I don't think it necessarily has to be the bar. Like, I think you don't have to go to every basketball game in courtside. Like, you don't have to do that to be a good AD.
I don't need you every game.
No. You just need to be involved. You got to know what's going on, and you got to go to bat for all your athletics. That's what's got to happen.
I think here's what's got to happen. Okay, here's what's got to happen. Win.
Yeah.
If you're at the game and they win, if you're at the game and they lose,
that's it.
Who cares if you're at the game?
Yeah.
Who cares?
That's a good segue.
Just win.
Let's go we're taking a 5-minute break, top off our beers, and we'll be right back.
Hey, but real quick, before we go right back.
Yes.
Before we lose anybody. March Madness. The bracket is open and live right now.
Yep.
You can check it in our description. NBNR is doing a bracket. We're going to do some sort of giveaway for whoever wins the bracket.
Yeah. If you win the bracket, you get free merch. Probably get, whatever something. You'll get something cool.
We'll get it figured out. But I just wanted to mention that.
I'll offer right now. I'll offer for first place a tour and a beer with the MBNR crew of Nebraska Brewing Company.
Boom.
It'll be fun.
You come in on a Monday. Right before we record, we'll do a whole tour with you. Sit down, shoot some shit. It'll be a good time.
Because you love us. That's why.
And we all know bracket stuff is all guessing anyway, so who cares? Like,
we all know you're just pissing. You're pissing.
It's free.
You're picking the funniest looking mascot.
Okay? That's what you're doing.
Whatever you're doing.
I'm picking the fighting Jared Halls to win it all.
Yes. Yep. So I did drop the link if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook. It's on there. And while we take a quick break, we have 89 people in here. That's 89 people who could subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please subscribe.
Give us a subscription. Give us a like.
Please.
And it's literally free
that
to
was
do.
my question: is how much does it cost to subscribe?
$0.
Okay.
We want tattoos. We want NBNR tattoos. The only way that happens, and we'll probably make a video of us getting tattoos. I don't know if Kyle will do a whole cinematic
recap of us getting tattoos and Mike crying
with the Herd Out Sports logo at the bottom.
No, absolutely not. Okay. So anyways, give us a subscribe on YouTube, and we'll be right back. Give it 5 minutes to get 2 beers.
how would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't, look.
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money.
We have the saying, no block, no rock.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Troy, for leading us back in. Fellas, I didn't think they'd do it.
Yeah.
I didn't think the committee would do it. I thought the committee would overthink this, and we can't do. I think if this has proven anything, that there is, in fact, a human element that comes into the committee decisions.
100%.
Because it's supposed to be like, we are very impartial and we are very, strategic in our thinking. And
bullshit.
Oh, hey, listen, this was strategic, all right.
Matt Rule called that out too.
Yep.
In the press conference, he said that the good part about him being the head coach of football is that he's able to speak out on this stuff. And he said that
he
hated that because they made it more about the storyline of Trev leaving Nebraska than about the kids and about actually earning and being there.
That makes sense.
Okay, so I do believe, I agree with what Matt Rule said. However, this was, even when we put out our tweet at what, like almost, it was just a little bit before noon on Sunday. It was a real possibility.
Yeah.
That being said, I do believe that the committees, plural, have a fucked up sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like it played into, like, we get men's and women's.
Right.
Come on now.
Like, I think it's that they have a really messed up sense of humor on this. Like, the odds are just so infinitesimally low.
Yeah.
Too ironic.
Yeah. And if you didn't realize this line and like just how insane all of this is, watching the men's like selection show.
Yeah.
The announcers started laughing as soon as they said Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Like, that just goes to show you there is such a big line surrounding all of this that even the national pundits, like, they knew what was going on as soon as those two teams were called.
Did you guys see the video from inside the men's locker room when the game got called?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Wilcher's like, it's on, Trev. It's on, Trev. He's saying something like that.
There was gasps. There was laughter.
Yes.
A whole lot of smiles. I think, like you said, I think making this storyline about that is really shitty for how hard both these men and these women have worked to get where they are.
Dude, it's been 10 years since we made the tournament. And of course, there has to be a storyline before we get in there.
Yeah.
And it's not just,
right,
we're the only Power 5 school not win a tournament. No. Now on top of it, and by the way, their athletic director, Texas Trev, bounced. He bounced. Tiny Trev bounced.
Texas Trev.
Bouncing Trev. Bounce. He just bounced away. Bouncy.
Yeah.
He's a big bouncer.
That being said,
nobody bounces.
I thought,
big, beautiful bounce.
I thought the coolest thing, though, was when it gets announced. Seeing that video, which I did not see until the next day, admittedly, of inside the Nebraska locker room, was that it seemed like excitement. Like, these guys, they know they've learned. They don't care what we think, and they shouldn't. But they were excited to go right.
Fucking hope so.
Wrong.
Yeah. I'll say this. So Herdat sent some people to go cover the open, like, selection show for Creighton women's basketball, and even the Creighton women's basketball team, we took snapshots of them when they announced Nebraska and Texas A&M,
Texas Trev,
and even they were like, they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. So even they're following like what's going on. Yeah.
So I will say,
not just one team; it's both.
Right.
I will say this team, though, going back to Nebraska men's basketball for a second, like, this team has been in playoff mode for the past 2 months.
Yep.
They've been playing basketball like they've been in the tournament for this long. And they performed pretty well. We didn't talk about it yet, but like the Big Ten tournament, Casey Tominaga took over the Big Ten tournament.
Took over the nation.
Yes. He got every media outlet just obsessed with him. And I'm like, we've been saying that, guys.
Everybody said, this guy belongs in March. Just wait for everybody to see this guy during March Madness. He's going to be a show.
Yeah.
Yes,
he's the
and
best.
I hope that
he's
happens.
the best show on TV.
Yes.
Yeah.
Over Caitlin Clark, by the way.
Yeah. Fuck Caitlin Clark.
Agreed.
Which, by the way, 4 weeks ago, I think the comment was made. It was like, hey, they've got some big games coming up. Let's see how they hold up. Let's see if they fold. Let's see if they blow it. They didn't.
I'd like to say that they only lost to Ohio State in that stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wrong on that.
Yeah.
Shut up. It's fine. But I know we've still got a little bit more to cover, not just on basketball, but with some other sports as well. But I'm going to say that my dogs of the year. My dogs of the year is this Nebraska ball team. Sam Hoiberg just absolutely grinding out, absolute gym rat, first in, last out. Josiah Alec, dog.
Coach's son.
Rank Mass, dog. Keisei Tominaga, I don't know how many W's I have to put in dog for Keisei. It's a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot of W's for dog for Keisei. This team, just dogs of the year.
Yeah, and they're up by 15 against Illinois.
That was brutal.
Yeah, that sucks.
I'm not going to say I saw it coming because
I did.
I
kind of did too.
I'm positive about the team. Just seeing what they've done as of late, and I figured they're just on a roll, and they're going to just keep rolling, right? And I'm not saying that they win the Big Ten. I'm just saying they're up by 15, and Keisei's not going off. And they're still up by 15.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, this is what we need, right? Is Keisei not to be the March guy. It's cool if he is.
Yes.
But it's just, he wasn't. And, dude, they struggled in the second half. Dude, they couldn't make anything. It's just, couldn't do. And look, fuck, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you are.
The goddamn refs.
Come on now.
Okay.
Damn it.
Look,
dude, this is exactly where I was at. Just 7-1.
Okay.
Come on now.
I'm sorry. If you're a Big Ten ref, Terrence Shannon, right? Come on, guys. If you're a ref, you know what his thing is. It's literally you take the ball like this and you just run like this and you don't even you just run into the guy and throw some shit up
and you get a foul call.
Guys don't need to call that. You don't. You're just bailing out a guy who's going head down, doesn't give a fuck. You're just bailing him out. That's not sound basketball.
So I'm going to go contrarian here. I do agree with your take that the official was bad. I don't want to shock anybody by saying Big Ten refs are bad. However,
the worst.
The refs are not why we lost.
No, they're not.
We weren't making shots.
No, we weren't making shots.
The refs weren't up there fucking slapping them off the backboard. They weren't. We weren't making shots.
Yeah.
Were the refs a contribute act? I'm willing to listen to that. Absolutely.
When they're bone that early though, and
I
affects the style of play that we were trying to do.
Yeah.
Like what was working in the first half, we couldn't get back to because they were calling everything Illinois' way that they were on the free throw line before there was still freaking 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
It was insane.
If they were breathing in their general direction,
yes,
it was being considered a foul.
It was insane.
I'm not disagreeing with any of that, but it didn't help that when Nebraska got in foul trouble, and it's something we've said a lot throughout this entire season, is mental midgets on the road, really dealing with adversity all that well. And frankly, over the last couple of weeks, I thought maybe we'd grown past it. This team looked wildly different than they had through most of the season. But like you said, it was 7-1. Once it got to that point, how do you play in any way aggressively without being worried?
Right.
You can't.
Yeah.
So they were hamstringed by the refs. I just don't think that was
it wasn't the reason they lost. If you can't get any of your guys going in the second half, Keisei was not going.
No. 5 points in the first half for K.
Williams was not going. Rank Mask was not going. And they had good looks in the second half, too.
Mm-hmm.
Rank had lots of open shots that he just could not hit.
Which he made a few in the first half.
Yes.
But then, trailed off.
Can I cool off? This is something, and there's a very good chance I'm wrong here. Rank Mask will pull up from the arc fairly consistently.
Yep.
Am I crazy to say, hey, Rank, I don't really want you doing that?
Yes, I would say yes, because when Rank is on, he beats teams like Purdue in Wisconsin. And when he's off, we lose games. But not even necessarily. We've won games when Rank scored too. I would rather Rank take that shot all day because consistently all year he's been making them.
But there's some like wide open, like nobody on him, and he's pulling up from the arc, and it's like, dude, your size, like you can get down low, like you can get like a couple of feet into that paint and take a little floater, and chipping away with those little floaters or getting down low. Twos win games. Free throws win games more than those little floaters do. But your percentage to make those shots is going to be a lot higher, and you can rack up more points by just doing that. So I'm not saying I don't want Rank Mass to shoot threes. I'm just saying like there's some looks that I see him take that it's like, I think you are maybe a little bit better built to get further towards the basket.
Well, the thing about Rank is he has shown and proven the ability to shoot the rock.
Sure.
And I think that's just kind of the nature of college basketball is if you have a wide open three, in basketball in general, if you have a wide open three, you're going to take it. And that's just kind of the game nowadays. And just imagine him being hot. He drains a few, creeps the defense up, able to pass, backdoor cuts and all that stuff. So, like, I'm okay with it. These minutes.
Yeah, but
just gotta make it.
We saw that in the Illinois game. Like, I don't know what his 3-point percentage was in the Illinois game.
Right.
But like I can't tell you from my memory, it didn't seem great. Right. That's where I'm thinking, all right, if it's not working, let's move you down a little bit lower and like go get those easy points.
Yeah. And I think the thing too about Rank on offense, he has to be a guy that you have to get involved. And the offense needs to get him like elbow extended because he's a threat out there. And again, you're going to defense up. They need to like implement him more into the offense. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, this is the play you need to run for him. So I just feel like he's a guy you need to get incorporated because damn, once he gets going, it can be an avalanche for the opponent.
Yeah. Rank did I think fairly well, honestly. If you look at the overall numbers, it's the second half, he just didn't show up. But he was 5 of 15 on the day, 3 of 8 from 3. I mean, that's solid shooting percentage.
Yeah. What is that, like 42%?
Yeah, I mean that's where you want to be.
Yeah, that's not terrible.
It's just, but if you look at his shooting percentage compared to the first half to the second half, that's where with you, it's like, gosh, man, like these are the looks you were hitting in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. And like when you get to that point where it's like, hey, these just aren't dropping.
Yeah.
Like we get down low. That lead going into half, I think we were up 14, right? Or maybe
14, 15, something like that.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. When it starts getting closer and those looks aren't dropping, that's where I think Nebraska has struggled is just like that quick adjustment, like on the fly. It's worked. It also hasn't. So I think adjustments on the fly are going to be imperative as we go into, especially this A&M game. This A&M team is very hot and very fast.
They lead the nation in offensive rebounds,
which we love that.
Which we are not good at offensive rebounding.
They're not great at covering 3 though, and we are very good at shooting the 3.
Yeah, I think there will be plenty of opportunities for Rank and Casey, and hope John can find his stroke too. Because
Bryce.
Yeah, Jawan did not. That was something that was noticeable. Jawan got in foul trouble, and it just really it killed our team.
Right, and look, Jawan's not a guy that I expect to make 5 threes in a game.
No,
but like Bryce, we need you, and he did show up in the second half, but we need Bryce to show up. Yeah, because again, we just need a well-rounded team. Because again, teams are going to focus on Casey. Because they don't want Casey to beat them. They don't want him doing the Home Alone celebration in their face. Because they don't want to be that highlight all over March Madness, all over CBS and True TV and all that shit. So they're going to just lock up on him and hold him. So other guys got to be ready, man. You can't be, if you're Bryce Williams, you can't have 2 points in the first half or second half.
Right.
You got to be pick up some slack.
Go around the table. Does Josiah Allen make a 3 on Friday?
Yes.
You say Josiah Allen's gonna make a 3.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a part of me that wants to say, sure, why not? Fuck it. But no. He's not.
I'm gonna have to say no.
I hope he does.
I'm gonna say no, but I think he'll shoot one.
Yeah,
he does not shoot them. So like, let me put he does not shoot them. But I feel like with Texas A&M and their inability to cover 3-point shooters, he's gonna be open in the corner a lot.
You want me to get crazy?
Oh boy,
yes.
He's gonna shoot.
Okay,
he's gonna shoot 2.
He's gonna make,
and he's gonna make 0.
I don't think he'll make it.
Listen, it's not a mystery that Texas A&M can't cover the 3 or doesn't cover the 3 very well. It's not a mystery, and Fred is looking at that heavily.
Yeah.
So
we'll
just
have to
saying,
see. Yeah, I just thought that would be kind of interesting because Joe is just not known for his 20 stroke. So,
well, I gotta find this. I got a text from one of our mutual buddies, Mike, and maybe he sent it to you too. Bracket tip: when one team's style is go 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 and the other's is slow slow, the slow team wins over 80% of the time in the round of 64. So in that case, it would be Texas A&M because they're slow. That's what this guy said.
Okay.
Wait, so when
Pace of play, all that shit.
I guess, yeah, there are 2 different ways to interpret fast versus slow. Are you looking at court movement or are you looking at the pace of the actual offense when you get onto your own side?
I'm thinking it's
I'm thinking it's transition offense.
Yeah, like Creighton is go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And speaking of, and Kyle, Creighton, right?
Mhm.
Do we have any Creighton fans in the house? Like,
no.
Probably not.
No.
Fuck you. They're playing Akron, and Akron is known for being slow.
But that ain't gonna happen.
So
yeah,
hopefully
I did.
Hey, but remember when Creighton lost in the first round?
Oh, you gonna hit it?
I thought it was gonna. I will. So
Nah,
we
you
did
can
have
laugh at
we
him
did have
twice.
a Creighton account tweet at us, or I guess just tweeting generally, like frauds, Nebraska frauds.
Yeah.
How in the fuck are we frauds when we're favored to lose and we lose? I guess I don't understand that.
We were picked to finish 12th in the damn league.
And we
got a double bye.
And we got a double bye. Like, what are we doing?
Like,
come on now.
The big one's down. I don't care.
I don't.
It is
So what?
one thing that I
I hope it's down every year. Sorry.
Big Ten West though.
Yeah.
One thing I simply don't understand. This year, Creighton, Nebraska, right?
Yeah.
We beat you last year. That was great.
On your best year ever.
Yeah. You can give it to him. Yeah. But this year, Nebraska fans haven't really focused on Creighton. Haven't. We don't care about you. We care about this program and the work they're doing. And it seems like
Kyle.
the only goddamn thing you can do
Uh-oh.
is talk about Nebraska. So while, yes, your basketball program has historically been better, we occupy most of your mind. And that is why we will continue to tell you that you are little brother. Shut up. Leave us alone.
You can't pick the worst basketball program of all time.
Yeah, it's all they care about.
It's just insane.
It's all they care about.
It's insane.
Some would
It's their Super Bowl because Lord knows they're never winning a championship.
But I think who brought this point up, if it was Bland or if it was Jack Mitchell, that the fact that Nebraska hasn't won an NCAA tournament game in its entire history is kind of Nebraska's calling card. It's their it's their thing, right? So as soon as they win one, which is this year, but as soon as they win one, that novelty, of like, Nebraska ball, like kind of lovable losers. I mean, they still kind of are, but that one thing that you could say that you had, that you think about you, is kind of gone.
Fuck that novelty.
And so I was gonna say, like, are we all cool with getting rid of that novelty?
Yes.
Okay.
That novelty. Yes. It's a list you don't want to be on.
Is that the easiest question you've ever had to answer?
Yes.
3 plus 3 is 2.
Before we go to baseball, I think we should go around the table right now.
Uh-oh.
We have to.
Oh, God.
Is Nebraska going to win? And then remember your scores because we are going to try to do this in Memphis as well. So listeners that just joined us, we are going to be a live show in Memphis. We don't know where yet, but it will be the headquarters for Nebraska fans in Memphis, Tennessee. So stay tuned for that. Let's go around the table. Connor, we'll start with you. Score.
Jeez.
And who's going to win?
Come on.
All right.
Well, so A&M the last time I looked, is favored by 1.5.
I don't know anything.
Okay. I don't know any. I don't either.
I don't even need to see a line. I
What do you got?
see it.
I see it.
The final score 82-75 Huskers.
Wow. Okay. 82.75.
ESPN says A&M has a 50.9% chance to beat Nebraska. 50.9, so just a hair
That's
over.
a coin flip, baby.
Yeah.
That's a coin flip if you've ever talked to me.
Well, A&M is slow. So not going to be a high scoring game. I'm going to say 71-69.
Damn, you got almost
Nebraska.
mine.
Nebraska 71-69. Storm the court. Throw the basketball at Trev.
Wait, yeah.
Because he's gonna be there, right?
Texas Trev, Tiny Trev.
Is little Trev gonna be at the game?
So
gonna be at the game, Trev?
Is he gonna pick the
Where are
men's or women's game?
Where are you, Trev?
This is like a big thing on his resume. Which game did he attend first at Texas A&M?
Most definitely probably
stays-
the men's.
He stays 1,000 miles
Trevor?
away from either of these
Trevor?
games. He ain't gonna be anywhere nearly.
Trev,
Where are you gonna be there?
Where are you? You're not here, coward. What are you doing? You're not here at the game. You don't like A&M. You're running away from A&M already. What's wrong? What's wrong with you?
Training for a marathon.
I'm genuinely
Tiny
wondering if they are going to, like, for the TV broadcast, if they're going to mute the audio for these games, because I can only assume
Yeah.
Husker fans travel well. And that way you're going to hear a lot of it. If they don't mute it, is fuck Trev, and just that.
Or boo. Just a lot of boos.
Yeah.
The boo birds.
You're a big boo guy. You're a big boo guy.
boo bird.
You're a boo bird.
Kyle, what's your score prediction for Friday's matchup against Texas Trev University?
I'm going to say 77. 77. I like your 69.
That is a funny number.
Of course you do.
Nice.
77 to 68.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. The price is right, bitch.
Price is wrong.
And I'm going to say Nebraska.
Oh, fuck.
Are we gonna all pick Nebraska? Oh, shit.
Don't let that influence you.
Shit.
You had your score line. Do not let our mix influence you. Be a man. Give us what you think.
73-69 Nebraska.
Let's go. That's a 4-rip Nebraska.
And the reason I'm saying this is because I have never traveled for away Nebraska game. Basketball. Ever. Because the games are too short. But it's been 10 years since we've been to the tournament.
Yeah.
And I just think this team, they were destined to get that win. We had Emmanuel Bandamel on the podcast earlier this year to get it done. I think they get it done. I hope they get it done. Because we're driving 10 fucking hours, guys. We're driving
10 hours each way.
10. It's 20 hours in the car. So please, I've done this so many times. We traveled 15 hours, whatever it is, and we lose.
I told one of my coworkers that it's 10 hours, and said, "Dude, what are you talking about? It's like 8." I'm like, "Well, that would be a big difference."
But it's
But it's not.
But
I'm
it's
like,
not. It's 10 hours.
I said, I Googled it, and he's like, "Well, if you don't drive like driving Miss Daisy," I'm like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, let's add speeding tickets onto the
We're
NBNR
not doing
podcast account.
110.
Put it in the chat, guys. There's 100 people listening to us right now. Throw in the chat, what is your prediction for Friday against Texas Trev University?
Okay, Connor, what'd you have?
I had, I believe, 82-75.
Okay. Jared
71-69.
Nice.
and Mike.
I had 73-69 Nebraska.
All right. Perfect.
Throw it in the chat, guys. Put it in the comments.
What's at stake?
What's at stake? Nothing.
Our
A round of beers.
Yeah. Hey, I'm willing to put on, I've held on to this best score guesser guy trophy for a while.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on the line. Any hear it right. That trophy is on the line.
All right.
All right.
Yes. We got Steve in the chat. He said NU 78, Texas A&M 72. Assman said 76-73. Nebraska, baby.
Nebraska win the game.
Yeah, throw it in the chat, guys.
Kent Pavelka gets a heart attack.
I think
and
this
dies
is a
happy.
send-off. It's a send-off for Kent.
No, we don't.
Yes.
Kent to
Sorry
die.
about us.
You got to do it in spite of Texas, Trev. They've got to do something they've never done before.
Yep.
Dude,
I think it almost makes it easier. Like then, and that I'm not saying
What do you
beating
mean?
Texas A&M or Texas A&M is easy. They are a very good team, but I think you see how this team has played all season. You add in this Trev stuff, you get this draw.
No win
The
before.
First win ever in the tourney.
The motivation to get this one, I think the boy fire.
Does Texas Trev tweet? Regardless of who wins the game, does
he
Texas
does.
Yes.
Trev tweet
Yes.
about both universities?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
He
Yep.
congratulates no matter who wins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he's going to say congratulations to both programs. Congrats to winner for winning. Congrats to loser for making it there. He's going to try and play both sides, and Husker fans do not let him.
Yeah.
Don't let him.
Do us
Call-
a favor.
call his ass out.
If you already do it now, unfollow Texas Trev on Twitter.
Okay. So you say it. Keep talking. Sorry.
That took me all of
So
2 minutes.
all you have to do is you get on the app. It's called Twitter.
Yeah.
And I know you're already
called
following him. And you
X.
go at
No.
Trev Alberts, also known as Texas Trev. You go
Traitor
on there
Trev.
and you click. There's a little following thing. You click that and you unfollow him because he's a snake.
So when he first announced, I don't know what was 5 o'clock on Wednesday, I hit unfollow from the NBNR account.
Yep.
And he was at 62.3 thousand. 62.3. And now he is at 56.3. So he's
Damn.
gone down
Yes.
6,000. So
Keep it going.
I don't know. Aggie fans, where you at?
Yeah, were you?
They ain't
Aren't
gonna
you
be.
aren't you supposed to get kind of a little bit of a bump? Especially, Texas A&M, they're so vaunted, right? Their fan base is vaunted.
Mhm.
The 12th man, they call themselves.
okay.
Hey, and
Yeah.
I know Twitter is not real life.
Yeah.
Well, and
So,
what's the
but
name?
still, fuck him.
What's their fake military that they got running their fan base?
The Yell Squad.
Yeah, those guys are weird.
Oh my God, look at his fucking profile picture. That guy is ass.
I got 4 words for you, Trev.
God, he sucks.
Who?
I have Trev.
Texas Trev?
Yeah.
He's embracing the Texas
Hey.
part.
Oh no.
I got
Sorry.
4 words that are, I feel like, very passionately spoken from most of the Husker fan base. See you later, dork.
Dork. What a
God,
nerd.
What a freaking loser.
You know what's
man.
really funny? Like,
the glasses, everything.
dude, just think how many people we got?
124.
All 124 of you. Just think of this guy. He was a Butkus Award winner.
Yeah.
Played the Orange Bowl with like a fucking broken arm.
Mm-hmm.
Got like 3 or 4 sacks against Charlie Ward. Heisman Trophy winner. Dude was a badass on the field. Just a wrecker. Dude, we talk about how we want our teams these days to have that mentality.
Yeah.
And look, he's one of those guys that you would watch highlights of and be like, damn, there he is. I'm so proud to call him a Husker. I said that at the time when I'm watching the highlight. God, I'm so glad we can claim this guy. What a badass.
Yeah.
Now he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah.
It's
Look at his goddamn picture.
He's a
What a
fucking
fucking
snake.
fake.
It's
Look at his tongue, look at his serpent tongue. I'm sorry. Like, dude,
it's so hard to look at a Butkus Award winner and looking at him. My first words that come to mind now are queer, soft,
Snake.
loser, snake.
I like it.
Like,
Boy, we are
Dude,
just.
there's something about the way that Mike says snake.
Snake.
oh, there's some
It's just like-
venom in
Like,
those
I don't know.
words.
It's like kind of nasally.
The amount of people
Snake.
that have texted me in this week.
Yeah.
What's happening with Trev? What do you think about Trev? Random people coming up to me. Trev. Every single time I've said, he's a snake. Every single time. He's a snake.
Boy, weird.
Because I was wrong. Here's the thing.
Yes.
Our friend Tobias told me when he got hired, big wrestling guy,
Big UNO wrestling
Yeah.
guy, big
Went-
wrestler.
went to bat, was like, no. Trev has changed. He's grown up. All that stuff.
They had to do it.
Guess what, guys? Look at the camera. I was completely wrong about that. Texas Trev is a snake, and he did leave us high and dry. So, fuck him.
Do you want to know what pisses me off the most? is he is actually really good at a job.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good until he leaves you.
Well, yeah, that's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
Is the fact that like we're angry right now. I don't think there are very many people in the fan base that aren't. But I think we're really angry because of who he is, what he's done, what he's capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's betrayal.
To see him go, love watch him leave.
Honestly, his ass is not that great.
Well,
anywho,
there's a whole Twitter thread on
that
that.
linebacker ass.
Yeah.
No,
I do respect Trev Alberts.
The way-
for his capability for
I
his
don't.
job. I respect his capability. I just don't respect him as a guy.
I like that you're on this being contrarian because I do not feel that way.
I do not.
I don't personally.
I respect his capability.
Eh.
Not him as a person.
But even then, it's like, dude, all the people like attribute him. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say he was a shitty AD. I'm not gonna say that, but people attribute stuff to him that he didn't even like. He didn't get the ball rolling on the original freaking project. That was Bill Moose before. I don't know. The stadium project stalled, and yeah, I know it's got it working against him or whatever, but he just left.
Yeah, he just bailed. That's the number one thing.
He started a project and just said, have fun. Have fun dealing with all that now.
Yeah.
Like, I get, like, I'm not going to sit here and be totally ignorant to the border sucks and there's no president. I know that. Well, you got to hear the full story, don't you know? Yeah, I am aware of all these things, okay? He just left. And just so many people are just like cool with it. Who are you people? This guy, you go to Mo State, go to a football game, you see 34 Alberts. He left you. And some people out there are just like, well, the businesses. I don't know. I'm not saying you don't love Husker sports, people, but fucking A, how does that not rub you the wrong way? It kind of makes you. God, it's always the 40 to 50-year-old people who saw success, who saw these natties happening in real time, and like they're content. They saw the glory days, and so like now football to them is just like, well, but at least I saw the good stuff. So, fuck you guys. Sorry, like I'm sick of watching this horse shit.
Yes.
No bowl game for 7 years, and you want to call us not real fans for being critical. It's insane to me. Insane. Who are you people?
What I do want to point out here, for anybody, again, I do not respect the timing or in the manner with which Trev left.
You love it.
But for anybody that has, talked extensively about how the transfer portal is ruining the sport, brother, take a look at this. We have coaches and ADs that walk out the door one day and are sitting in their new office the next.
Yep.
And we're trying to hold 18 and 19-year-old kids to a higher standard.
Yeah.
That aren't being paid millions.
Which, by the way, coaches and ADs leaving, that happening for decades.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're allowed to move with no repercussions.
But as soon as players get paid for 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah. Runs ads.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh no, the player's getting paid. It's been 2 years and you're up in arms about that than you ever were about coaches and ADs who get paid infinitely more that can just up and leave and go, bye.
And most
like Texas Trev just did.
And most of these players aren't even getting checks. They're not going to the bank and cashing shit. It's living. It's a car they can drive. It's food.
Yeah.
It's tutors.
Wait, are those things important when you're in college? Food?
Food sounds...
Wait, a place to live?
Ramen noodles,
Shit.
baby.
Wait. So if I bust my ass and do 80 hours a week of college football, and maybe a meal would be okay.
Yeah. You
Come
want
on
to
now.
talk about what's wrong with sports? Talk about shit like this.
Yes. And eventually these athletes will be paid from the university. And Trev was saying that, Texas Trev was saying that, Matt Rule was saying that, like, eventually we're going to have to find funding, guys. Like, this money is going to come from the university to pay these athletes and stuff. So eventually times are changing and new leadership that has to be at Nebraska has to be ready for that. So these hires, like Matt Rule said, are the most important hires maybe in Nebraska history right now.
Yeah.
And so if we have to vote out the necessary board of regents, hey, look, I'm going to reveal my political affiliation. I am as lib as it gets. I am as left as it gets. But if it takes an all MAGA board of regents to be good at football again,
go for it.
I'll do it. I'll put up with that.
Yeah,
I'll put up with you guys
you'll
cutting
wear a
funding
MAGA hat and everything, right?
Yeah, I'll cut up with you guys cutting funding to education because fuck education, right? Whatever.
Yeah,
I'm just
you
saying.
said it yourself. Eventually, it's not going to matter. So what? Might as well set yourself up for athletic focus only.
Your third graders will know every part of how to run Spider 2Y banana.
Hell yeah.
That's what they're going to learn. And we're going to win.
John Gurdon would be proud.
Yes.
All right,
guys. I think we've talked enough.
Enough
Talked enough.
I mean, we kind of.
Hey, shout out Nebraska baseball.
Yeah,
we're good.
Hold on
Keep doing your
second.
thing. I mean, just,
Hey,
yeah.
13-5. They are third in the RPI. People, they are third in the RPI.
Rank them.
And they're still not freaking ranked.
Rank them. They're 28 right
which
now.
is just proof. And it's not just college baseball. It's rankings in general. The preseason fucking rankings don't mean jack. Because if this Nebraska team was literally, listen, their strength of schedule is 2. Okay, their strength of schedule is not 85. They've played the second hardest schedule in the nation. They have the third best RPI, not ranked in the top 25. That's all preseason rankings. Okay, he swept Nicholls State. Oh, who's Nicholls State? They came in to Lincoln like 17-3. They came in as the highest scoring team in the nation. And Nebraska, 3 L's in Nicholls.
Yep.
Instead of 2. Because they swept that ass.
With north of 30 runs.
Dude, they got after it.
North of 30 runs.
If you haven't gone to a game in the Haymarket, we'll just say ever, this is probably the best season to go.
Go.
I had the opportunity to go last week, and it's freaking awesome. Like, I miss going to the Haymarket ballpark and just watching ball. Like,
dude, I literally just walk around. I just do laps.
Yeah, I went with my brother. It was a perfect freaking day. And gosh, if you have not gone into Haymarket Park to watch a baseball game, what an atmosphere. What a venue.
It's so sick.
Yes. So make that a thing. Put it on your bucket list for 2024. Go watch a baseball game.
So, really quick, Jared, you say preseason rankings don't matter. What I have learned.
No, I'm saying they don't. I'm not saying they don't matter. I'm saying that they have a detrimental effect when the team like Nebraska, who actually deserves to be ranked, doesn't get ranked because they were originally like 45th or something.
So I was going to say something I've learned that doesn't matter is record, strength of schedule, how many runs you put up. None of that is taken into account at all because Nebraska should be ranked, you goddamn cowards.
Yeah.
Put them in there.
That's a good way to wrap
Make it clear.
I don't even want top 10. Give me top 25.
Yeah. Well, so up next, you know that, right?
Not Texas Trev.
No.
You know who they got. Even worse.
No, it is a matchup that Nebraska should win every year, and it is always dicey.
Oh, it's UNO.
UNO.
Yeah.
You and other Texas Trev University.
Yeah, but it's at home. And look, if you want to be ranked, if I'm bitching right now, I'm bitching about them not being ranked. But as soon as they lose to fucking Omaha, I'm going to go, yeah, that's why you're not ranked.
That's why you're not ranked.
But it's okay. They're going to win.
Good.
Mike.
Bookmark it.
He's looking at me.
They're going to win.
They're going to win.
Yeah.
Make America.
We're going to win so much.
They're going to win so big.
All right.
What, Mike?
Let's wrap up.
You good to go?
Yeah. Let's wrap up. Hour and a half. We're good.
Damn, it's been that long.
Yeah, we good.
I don't know, guys. When we're alone, we get yapping.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of
We've
pluckers.
covered Texas Trev plenty.
Yeah.
Texas Trev. Tiny.
The middle school girls like feeding there on the bed.
The
That's
marathon
what
run.
happens here.
Yes.
Hopefully people out there, the 200-ish people out there, hopefully they got some cathartic, satisfaction out of seeing us rant like a bunch of fucking madmen.
Well,
Hey,
Hopefully it made you feel better.
and make sure that you're watching right now. I know 134 of you are. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are trying to grow that. It helps us a lot, and it doesn't cost you a dime. Just literally go over to YouTube.
Please.
Look
We
up-
need you.
Look up No Block, No Rock podcast and hit subscribe.
NBNR.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. We're trying to grow out our YouTube, get that bigger.
Yeah.
Get it better. Make YouTube great again. That's what we want to do.
if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube right now, you've got something that we didn't talk about today. Comment it.
Yeah.
We still see those comments. We will bring up what you've said.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're thinking.
Unless it's stupid.
This is stupid.
Yeah,
We get a lot of
don't
stupid.
say stupid. It's actually my job here is to say the stupid
Oh, stop
stuff.
that.
So if you can let me just kind of keep holding that power.
Hey, like I said, they love our slop.
They love our stuff.
Okay. NBNRpodcast.com. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. That whatever.
We've got merch.
Merch, man.
Look, Rule Rayola 24 shirts. Those are freaking sweet.
Those are
They turned out so
Yes,
sick.
we dropped some new merch for baseball. Speaking of baseball, GBRBI. We've got some really cool corn hats and GBRBI.
Do we have the
stuff.
hats yet for GBRBI or no?
Not yet.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
they're on the side. GBRBI is on the side. The corn is on the top.
Okay.
And then the shirts have the corn in the middle. But
Okay.
they are freaking sweet. I'm just telling you.
Dude,
Go buy one. Support the pod. All the money goes back to the pod. So
The corn hats, I'm not shooting you. I'm placing an order like tonight or tomorrow.
got to.
Those hats are so sick.
Yeah, the corn's all puffed out. It looks good. So
Okay. So you can find that at nbnrpodcast.com. If you Google Evans custom apparel too, like if you go to their website, they have like, if you go to collections, NBNR, if that's better, if that's easier for you to do.
You can
Do that.
see if you go that way. Yeah, you can see all of it.
yes.
There's every product we offer.
And March Madness. March
Yes.
Madness.
Our bracket is officially out. Sign up for our bracket. Winner of the bracket gets free merch and a free tour of the Nebraska Brewing Company, the largest brewery in the state of Nebraska. And you get to hang out with us. So why the hell wouldn't you want to do it?
Well, yeah, Mike, don't tell them that. They might not want to entertain.
Okay, if you don't want to hang out with us, we won't be there.
Yeah.
We come here enough.
Don't undersell. Hey, don't undersell us. We're the coolest motherfuckers on the side of the brewery.
We can't promise you Texas Trev because he already left, but we're the next best thing.
Yeah.
I will show you. We'll walk around with a picture of Matt Rule in our hands. He won't be here, but there'll be a picture in my hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you go sign up. I threw the link in the chat. We'll throw it out on social media as well. Go sign up for our bracket. It is free. We want to get a bunch of people in there, and we'll see who gets the best bracket.
And subscribe.
And subscribe, please.
YouTube. How many people?
132.
Okay. All right. So I should get 132 fucking notifications. Subscribe. Do it. I want it. Okay. I'm one of your hosts, Jared Hall.
Mike Deller.
Kyle Byers.
And Connor Kaepernick.
As always, beat Texas Trev, beat Texas A&M, and GBR.